Hello everyone, it's me, Coffee Stitcher. It is the, let's see, yesterday was the 20th, it's the 21st. I'm sorry I did not have a video last weekend. It got a little crazy and hectic around here, so I just forewent the video. So, I do apologize, but I'm back. Everything is going according to plan. A little bit of forewarning, the weekend of July 15th, there won't be a video, because we're moving that weekend. So, no video. Alright, so we'll do some Q&A, we've got a little bit of haul, we'll finish up Mania, I've got to finish, I've got some things I've worked on, so, a lot of things to go over this weekend. First off, I want to say thank you to everyone who responded so positively to my comments about, about how we need to find a better phrase, than coming out of the craft closet or coming out of the stitchy closet. That was really, really, really refreshing to see, so thank you to everyone who commented in support. Let's see, so question time. Lori it starts with an S, and I'm gonna assume it ends with alone, but I'm not sure what to do. Cisalone? I don't know, I apologize. I'm not very great with last names sometimes. You're welcome to throw an invisible rock at me. She asked about, the Prairie Moon, skeleton chart that I have, the one that's the bride and the groom. And where could I find it? Unfortunately, Prairie Moon is no longer printing, so they are out of print. eBay, maybe your LNS, Etsy, but there's not going to be, I don't think, any actual place to get it. So I'm sorry that I don't have a better answer for you than that. Let's see. Beverly Lawrence asks how I store my projects all together, since I keep them in Ziploc bags. I have, and it's too difficult to try and take down and show. But I have a craft drawer, dresser that I use. The non-active whips go in a drawer there. The ones I'm actively working on, I have one of those, and I got it at a teacher's supply store. It's a file folder hanger, and it hangs on the back of the door, and it has pockets, and it holds 10. And that's where I keep my active ones. Nancy Ascroft asks, when Angie and I started it 3 years ago, did I ever imagine that Mania would catch on like this? The answer is no, but I'm thrilled that it has. Definitely did not see any of what's coming, or what came coming, and I'm absolutely thrilled with it all. And thank you for all of the people who commented about, the more traditional samplers, the primitive samplers. I didn't realize that about color, and that they've faded. So I'm super excited. I did order. I used my Color and Cotton gift card. They have shipped, so they should be here sometime this week. But I've got my colors all ready to go. I've got my fabric all ready to go. So once that gets here, I'll give it a start. So I'm super excited for that. Let's see. Kevin Tober asks, where do you find out more about StitchyBox? www.stitchybox.com. And it's fabulous. So I'm absolutely in love with StitchyBox. I'm super excited to start my first StitchyBox sampler. I have a surprise pack that should be coming this week, too. I keep stalking it. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of the Stitchy box. Also, something that was discovered, I'm sure Kate Landry will probably mention it, she's the queen of starts, but just in case, because I know sometimes things get slipped, if you're doing Quaker Mermaid, it was indeed colors, originally charted in colors that were done by Liz in Dragonfly Lotus Designs. Be aware that the classic colorworks don't necessarily line up to the picture on the cover. So if you're doing it, and you have access to an LNS, I would say go there and do a floss toss versus just going off the colorwork conversions, because they aren't the most solid match. So, there you go. Alright, so, a little bit of haul. Yesterday, I went to a Stitch-In at Stitch Niche, and I picked this up. It was in a box of freebies, and I just thought it was really pretty. So, it's one of the Judith Kirby's. And something I thought was really cool about it is it comes with a floss card for you. I thought that was super cool. So, yeah. So I got that. Then I got my Fabric of the Month from Ship's Manor, and he's starting a different Fabric of the Month, which I'm switching over to, that's more primitive colors, because I tend to use those more than I do the wild ones. This is a really pretty one. It's called Summer Spirit. And it's bright red and orange, and it reminds me of, I think it's the Red Hot, the cinnamon flavored Jelly Belly. Like, that's exactly what it looks like. Or, I forget, may not be the cinnamon one, but there's one of the Jelly Belly flavors that's this exact color, and that's what I immediately thought of. And then from Stash Unload, it was like $3 or $4. I picked up this, which is from the Blended Needle. It's in ruby, and it's a fat quarter of Cashel, 28 count. So, it's a nice sort of pinky red. And I just thought it was super pretty. So, I have no idea if the Blended Needle still exists. I need to research that and just haven't, because I'm lazy. Okay. So that was my tiny bit of haul. Alright, so, let's go on with Mania. So let's see, I started when we last were together, I was working on Do Re Mi. I was starting it, and I was doing Fa. And those of you who follow me on Instagram have already seen this, and if you haven't, you're gonna see it now. I didn't get quite as much as I'd wanted to done on Fa, but I converted the runner to Maria. So, there we go, there's Fa. I will be returning to it, not immediately. It's not going to be the first one I pull back out. That's going to be Summer Sweetness. Because I think I'm closer to a finish on it. But it'll come back out soon. So I worked on that, and then I worked on 13 Colonies, and I got very little done. There you go. That's all I got done. Pardon. Yeah, bless me. Sorry about that. I didn't get a lot done on it. The middle section is very, very dense, so I didn't quite get as far as I had originally expected to get. And then I worked on Vintage Birds, and I'm absolutely loving this one. So that's where I got on it. Look at that bird, isn't it beautiful? I just have one wing left, and then it'll be done, and then I can start in. I'm really looking forward to coming back to this one. And then something kind of cool was I emailed Jeanette Douglas, because I wanted to include, since I went to a hyphenated last name, I wanted to be able to include my last name correctly. and I wasn't sure what to do for that. She actually designed that little part for me. So that was completely awesome. Thank you, Jeanette. And I'm thinking I may slowly, very slowly, but slowly try to kit up her By the Sea sampler, the 4-seasonal one from last year, because I really do love it. It requires lots of specialty threads. So next up was Let Freedom Ring, and this was where the weekend just got weird and jacked up. So I ended up, I had 2 starts on the same day, and I didn't really get much on either of them. But I did at least get the upper balcony railing done on Independence Hall. Not that you can really tell that's what that is. Even at a distance, you can't really. But it's there, I promise. It'll look better once there's more. But I am really looking forward to working on it again. And then I also started Fairy Tale Sampler from Elizabeth's Needlework. And I got part of Rumpelstiltskin and a swan. So, and I didn't take a picture of this. Like I said, last weekend was kind of insane. So, things fell by the wayside. Alright. And then this week, I started on Passport, and I got a little bit like I did with National Parks. I think this is going to be one of those projects where I'll spend the first 3 days of the month on it, and then take a break, work on a couple other things, and come back and finish, because they're so dense. Or at least when they're as single color dense as Greece was. But there I did finish out the snow on, or the mountain. So the Netherlands is basically done. I still have to get the water color. And then I started on Greece. I put a sparkly toga on myself, because why the hell not? And I converted the top building into the Parthenon. So, and there's me riding my burro. His name is Milton. Get it? Milton Burrow. Yes, I did steal that from the last episode of Full House, and I am not ashamed of that at all. So, I worked on that, and then yesterday at the Stitch-In, I had a finish, and I left it there to be framed, so I don't have it to show you other than in picture form, but I finished Night Before Christmas! So when I get it back from the framer, I will show you more of the details. But yay, finish! And then I worked more on Welcome Sal, and I got 2 more parts done. So I very well may finish it this month, since we've got more than 8 days. I think I may actually get this finished this month. Or if not, I'll finish it very early in June. But there we go. So this is by Tempting Tangles Designs. I'm absolutely loving it. So it's getting close to being done. I've just got the bottom row and then the beading to do. So, super excited to finish that. And then, after I finish my video, so here in just a few moments, I'm going to be working on Little Mermaid from Soda Stitch. I'm going to try and get the mermaids down here, and then maybe another biscuit square before I move back. And then at that point, I think I'm going to go back to Passport. So, there we go. I think that's pretty much it. I hope everyone's had a great week. 2 weeks, actually. And I will see you all next time.